Hello and welcome everyone. As always, it's great to have you with us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, bracing for impact. The East Coast on alert today as Hermine moves north. The massive storm won't make landfall again, but it will create dangerous, potentially deadly rip currents and flooding for millions of Americans. ABC's Eva Pilgrim has the latest.
Along the East Coast, the calm before the coming storm. Boardwalks and beaches quiet as bulldozers try to build up a sand barrier to keep the ocean out of the streets after Hermine barreled through the south, leaving crews cleaning up downed trees, power outages and flooded streets.
Nobody expected this.
The storm moved out into the Atlantic.
I was really surprised that the sun was shining. I thought it was going to be raining when we woke up this morning.
But experts warn people further north not to let their guards down. The storm is coming. Tropical storm warnings extend along the coast through Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, and Long Island. Watches into Massachusetts.
I can't emphasize enough that this is a coastline storm. Beach communities like this will be impacted most.
Along the New Jersey shore, few people ventured out, fewer still braved the water, a far cry from most Labor Day weekends.
I think the weather forecast scared everybody away.
But after seeing what Hermine can do, this man is not taking any chances.
I will be leaving this afternoon because I don't want to tempt fate.
While the storm will now stay over the water, coastal flooding and potential deadly rip currents will only get worse. All these areas are at risk for significant storm surge and beach erosion. In the south, the cleanup has already started and in some places stalled. More rain is falling on Florida. Add that to the hurricane runoff and residents are evacuating again.
If you're in that area where you've seen a lot of flooding before in the past, leave.
People in New York also heeding that advice.
I bought supplies, I put all the furniture in, and I'm just waiting for it.
Not much longer to go now. Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, Long Beach Island, New Jersey.
All right, thank you very much, Eva. Several people in Manatee County are still recovering tonight after Tropical Storm Hermine. The storm left multiple neighborhoods and streets underwater for long periods of time. In particular, those living in Burgundy condominiums located on 3rd Street Circle West in Bradenton. That's where ABC 7's Kate Flexter joins us live tonight. And Kate, how bad is it out there?
Well, Adam, as you can see, this dumpster beside me is overflowing with personal items and furniture. It's all left behind in the wake of Tropical Storm Hermine. Residents said they had to wade through several feet of water to get back to their homes, many of them ultimately leaving them behind in search of higher ground. Today, Manatee County officials went through many of the units to assess the damage. And if that damage exceeds $1.3 million on a county level and $25 million on a state level, then the county will qualify for FEMA funding. We spoke to several residents today who are still in shock.
You're looking at probably about 9 inches, 9.5 inches of where the water came up, where you can see the water line around the building and inside the wall still.
All of a sudden, I turned around and faced the front door, and it was a river coming in. There was a current. It wasn't a gradual seeping under the door. It was an actual forceful current.
Emergency management is encouraging people to report that damage. And if you want information on how to report the damage, be sure to log on to mysuncoast.com. Live in Bradenton, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Kate. And the rain from Hermine has also caused 2 holes to form on Clark Road, and the Florida Department of Transportation has closed the road entirely. The holes formed near a culvert east of the Myakka River State Park and west of Seidel Road in Arcadia. FDOT has set up a detour for drivers heading west on Clark to instead take Seidel and Sugar Bowl roads north to State Road 70 and then take 70 all the way back to I-75. The excessive rainwater caused a washout near one of the road's culverts, which led to erosion beneath the road. Crews worked through the night trying to evaluate the necessary repairs, which is already in the hundreds of thousands. The department says the project is a priority and I've already contacted 5 different contractors about the job. They are still evaluating the extent of the erosion and say it could be longer than a week before the road is fixed and reopened to traffic. Sarasota County is working with nearby DeSoto County to ensure emergency response times for residents east of the closures will not be affected. Now let's head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on our weather. And Wendy, how's it looking out there?
Adam, it's been a very quiet day once again today. We've seen mostly sunny conditions throughout the day, very, very hot temperatures. The wet weather has remained mostly to our north, and you can see this is happening all across the northern parts of the state of Florida. And then down through Orlando, we're getting some heavier showers coming on in. We've got winds coming from the east-northeast right now, and they're helping to push these showers down to the south. Right now, we've got a couple of rains that have been developing east of I-75, and they're going to push over to the coastline, but we're only calling for a 20% chance of rains to continue to develop throughout the evening hours, and around 10 o'clock tonight we should see it all coming to an end. Temperatures right now are mostly in the 80s around our viewing area. You can see this is true just about everywhere you look, right here at the beaches, but you get away from the beach and we still see some 90s out there. We'll let you know how the rest of our holiday weekend is shaping up. So we've got the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Adam?
All right, Wendy, thank you very much. New fallout in Colin Kaepernick's national anthem protest. The police union that patrols the home stadium for the San Francisco 49ers is now threatening to boycott. ABC's Ron Claiborne has more.
Colin Kaepernick was supposed to confront controversy this Sunday.
He had every plan of being here. But because of the rigors of his training.
But the 49ers quarterback couldn't make it to a church service in San Francisco, where he was set to talk about why he refuses to stand for the national anthem.
Brother Kaepernick will be working with the NAACP. He will be working with other community-based organizations.
The support from some in the room was obvious. The NFL star had planned to further explain the protest he started earlier this preseason.
Who's brought stripes and bright stars.
But now, new fallout. The police union in Santa Clara, where the 49ers play, sending a blistering letter to team management. It says, quote, the 49ers organization has taken no action to stop or prevent Mr. Kaepernick from continuing to make inaccurate, incorrect, and inflammatory statements.
We have cops that are murdering people. We have cops in the SFPD that are blatantly racist.
The union's letter suggests that some officers may not accept off-duty work protecting the stadium.
I don't support the boycott. My number one priority and my responsibility as a chief of police is to provide security for the entire city.
Despite the backlash, Kaepernick says his protest will go on until he says real change comes. Ron Claiborne, ABC News, New York.
All right, thank you, Ron. No comment from the 49ers or the police on the police union letter. They did refer back to their previous statement recognizing an individual's right to choose whether or not to participate in the national anthem. The team also announcing this weekend that Kaepernick did make this season's roster as a backup quarterback. Mother Teresa joins the ranks of other Catholic saints today, known as the Saint of the Gutters. About 120,000 people filled St. Peter's Square for Pope Francis's canonization mass. About 3,000 law enforcement officers were on hand to provide a safe environment for the nuns, priests, tourists, and volunteers at the mass. Mother Teresa famously devoted her life to helping the poor and the sick and the marginalized.
She was your model of sanctity. Perhaps we should have a bit of difficulty in calling her Saint Teresa. Her sanctity is so close to us that we will continue to call her Mother Teresa with so much sanctity.
Mother Teresa earned a Nobel Peace Prize for her work in 1979. She died in 1997 at the age of 87. In Nebraska, many gathered to celebrate the life of a 2-year-old boy killed earlier this year. Lane Graves died after an alligator dragged him into a lagoon at a Florida Disney World resort back in June. Friends and family released 5,000 balloons in honor of Graves. They say Saturday would have been his 3rd birthday. His parents have set up a foundation in his memory. Still to come here on ABC 7, fishing for a good cause this Labor Day weekend. Stick around. And another holiday tradition celebrates a milestone out on the water. But before we go to break, we spoke to a few locals and visitors to find out how they're spending their holiday weekend.
I think we're just going to be going to the beach for a little bit and enjoy it with the family. That's all what it's all about.
It's just to hang out, stay cool. That's it.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory. It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. Replacing your windows will not just beautify your home, but save you big bucks on your energy bills. I've done the research. I've seen the factory. New South Window is my hands-down choice.
New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Stop living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now.
I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
That was the best thing I've ever done.
It looks good on me.
Call in the next 5 minutes to get your free brochure at no obligation. It will tell you everything you need to know about your hair loss problem, and it's free if you call now.
I am more pleased than what I had even imagined.
I at least look, I would say, 5 years younger.
I'm 52, and I look better now than I did when I was in my 40s.
I feel great.
And that's not all. The first 100 people who call will also receive $250 off any hair loss solution from Hair Club. Call now.
Are the credit card bills closing in on you? Sick and tired of the constant struggle just to stay afloat? Shouldn't this be the year you get a fresh start? Well, now you can settle your debts with dignity and without bankruptcy, with zero upfront or monthly fees. Get the professional help at the Thomason Law Group and get a fresh start. It's easy to sign up. We do all the real work. Better than credit consolidation or credit counseling, the Thomason Law Group uses the power of legal professionals to settle your debts. You don't have to face this alone. We can help with an affordable monthly payment. Call now if you have over 15 grand in debt and settle your debts so you can have hundreds more each month. Don't put this off. Legal settlement can get you fast, easy debt resolution and let you get back to the important things in life.
Call the Thomason Law Group at 1-800-394-1667. That's 1-800-394-1667.
A unique campaigning tool for one local state Senate candidate. Democratic candidate and former ABC7 political contributor Frank Alcock is on a Tour de Franc. He's riding his bike 100 miles along the Suncoast for 3 days. Alcock says it's his way of demonstrating commitment to the people and places that make up the 23rd Senate District. He hopes to spread a message of unity, determination, and respect for the community.
We don't really have the time to walk the entire district, but we can get it done on bikes over the course of 3 days. So we're doing it over Labor Day weekend. It's just about getting out there and letting people know this is about you. It's not about Tallahassee. It's not about, nobody owns this community. They decide for themselves who's going to be the next senator.
Alcock will face Republican candidate and former state representative Greg Stubbe for that Senate seat this fall. Englewood's Pioneer Days are wrapping up. One of the final events in the 3-weekend festival is the 7th annual Michael O'Donnell Memorial Fish-a-thon. Fishermen and women packed Tom Adams Bridge early this morning for the annual event, and one of this year's winners is a little younger than the usual anglers.
So my brother was in 3rd place, and he caught he caught a snook. My mom reeled it in for him, so he can catch it for him.
As for the rest of Englewood Days, the Labor Day Parade steps off Monday at 9 a.m. It will come down Old Englewood Road and it will go to Dearborn Restaurant. The Sarasota Sailing Squadron's 70th annual Labor Day Regatta wrapped up this evening. The race attracts teams from several southeast states and Canada and sailors of all ages. Over 300 sailors and 160 boats took advantage of the clear weather in the Sarasota Bay, but organizers say attendance was lower than expected as a result of Tropical Storm Hermine. The regatta also doubles as an informal graduation for the squadron's youth sailing summer program.
They go out and they race around buoys that are set up by the race officials, and it's a competition like any other competition, soccer, baseball, football, but our kids just happen to sail.
Hopkins also adds the event is a great family activity. It keeps his kids off their cell phones for a few hours. AAA and Budweiser want to make sure you party responsibly this Labor Day. Tow to Go will be up and running through 6 a.m. Tuesday if you have too much to drink and need a ride home for you and your car. The service is offered to everyone, even if you're not a member of AAA. Since it started back in 1998, Tow to Go has helped some 24,000 people, keeping impaired drivers off the road. If you need a ride home, just call 855-2TOW-TO-GO. And a reminder, most Sarasota government offices will be closed Monday because of Labor Day. Some of those locations, Sarasota County libraries, recreation centers, and area transit will not operate. There will be no trash pickup and collection, and it will be delayed by 1 day for the remainder of the week. So get that trash out earlier, maybe? I don't know. I don't want it sitting in my place.
They won't show up. They won't show up. So you have to wait. Everybody's got the day off tomorrow.
All right.
So nobody's going to be coming to pick up trash, and except us. We will be here. So
we will. We're here
exactly.
for you. So.
We are here for you, and we will be here. And we are looking at some pretty nice weather for the start of tomorrow. In fact, today was another really nice day. As a result of all the sunshine, we had a high of 91 degrees. 89 is what it's supposed to be this time of the year, so a little bit warmer than normal. And as you can see, we are looking at those temperatures that remain pretty warm right now across the region. 89 at the airport. Our humidity is 63%. The winds are coming in out of the west right now, so we're getting a little bit of a sea breeze. That's helping to keep some of these showers away from the coastline right now, but we've been having the showers moving on down the state just south of Orlando. We're seeing the heaviest rains right now, but for us, we've been getting the rains developing east of I-75. They're starting to meander over towards the west coast, but what we're likely to see is that most of these showers are going to be pretty much dissipating over the next several hours. We're only calling for a 20% chance of rain until about 10 o'clock tonight, and then overnight we're really not going to be seeing any rain, just partly cloudy skies. So it's going to be a very nice night, and for tomorrow it is going to be hot, and a better chance of rain will be taking place during the afternoon hours later in the day. Sometime around 4:30, we've got about a 40% chance of rain. And those hot temperatures, well, they're going to be around, and it's going to feel as though it's 100 degrees tomorrow. And of course, Hermine is still a problem for the northeastern coastline of the United States, but certainly not a problem for us. And this is what we're looking at as far as temperatures are concerned throughout the day. Tomorrow, you can see it's going to be nice and toasty warm all day long, and then we start to see those rain showers coming in during the afternoon hours, a 30 to 40% chance, topping out at a 40% chance during the afternoon. So as far as Hermine is concerned, 70-mile-per-hour winds now, and it's just flopping around just off the coastline of the northeastern United States. It's going to continue to make more of a track towards the northwest, and so 70-mile-per-hour winds by Monday, and that will be during the afternoon hours. And this is what it looks like right now. You can see over the next several days and through tomorrow and Tuesday, we are looking at the rains affecting just the coastline primarily, and this is going to be from the New York area all the way up through Maine. It's going to be cloudy and rainy, and in the meantime, the rest of the Atlantic and the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico is fairly quiet, with the exception of this one area that we've been talking about for days. And even though it's not showing much in the way of development right now, it is going to continue to bring some rain showers and some heavy rains and gusty winds to parts of Puerto Rico. Otherwise, the rest of the Caribbean, the rest of the Gulf of Mexico is quiet. And once again, it's this system right here that we're paying attention to. It's got a 30% chance of developing over the next 5 days. But that's it as far as the tropics are concerned. And as far as we are concerned, right here over the next several days, we're looking at our temperatures back up into the low 90s. We've got a 40% chance of rain over the next couple of days, and most of that rain is going to take place during the latter part of the day, during the afternoon hours. Getting around 4:30, 5 o'clock is when we're going to start to see some of those showers coming on through. Adam?
Now, sports.
The Rays working on a potential sweep of division opponent Toronto Blue Jays. Rays winning the last 2 nights, and they were out to an early lead in this one. Evan Longoria ropes a 2-run double to right center field in the first inning, putting the Rays up 2-1. As you can see, Logan Forsythe coming around to score. It is Longoria's 35th double this season. Now, the Rays starter Chris Archer would go 6 innings, giving up only 2 runs in this one. Here he is striking out Russell Martin. Blue Jays manager John Gibbons would come out and argue the call and get ejected. The Blue Jays would come back and tie the game in the 7th. Then here in the 8th, Russell Martin blasts a 2-run home run that puts the Blue Jays on top 5-3. And that would be the difference in this one. The win puts the Blue Jays back on top in the AL East. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made their final roster cuts this preseason, reaching their regular season limit of 53. Among the 22 final cuts is wide receiver Kenny Bell, a 5th-round pick last year who missed the entire regular season with a hamstring injury, and tight end Dan Vitale, a 4th-round pick back in April. The Bucs retained the remaining 6 draft picks from this year and will be deepest along their defensive line, keeping 10 players at the position. NASCAR driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. has announced he will not race again in 2016. The popular Hendrick Motorsports driver has missed several races already this season with concussion-like symptoms. Doctors hope the decision will lower his anxiety and expedite the rehab process. Earnhardt Jr. made 5 top 5 finishes this season before his last race on July 9th.
The gains that I've felt in that short period are very give me, a lot of confidence that this is going in the right direction, and all the hard work we're doing is paying off.
Earnhardt Jr. expects to return to racing next season before the Daytona 500. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
And my mom here is visiting from South Africa, so we definitely go to the beach tomorrow so she can see how beautiful the beach is in Venice.
It's a sunny day, it's hot, and I'm enjoying the day today.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan. Marijuana is still illegal in most of the United States, but as the laws begin to change, our opinions on marijuana use changing too.
Monday on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you what Americans now have to say about the drug and its health effects. John?
With that tropical weather behind us, we'll look forward to what the tropics hold for the upcoming week.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Are you one of the many Americans who undergo CPAP or BiPAP therapy? How often are you replacing your masks and hoses? Replacing your CPAP or BiPAP supplies every 3 to 6 months is critical to an effective therapy. Bacteria will build up, making you sick, and worn-out straps cause leaks and are just plain uncomfortable. Let Allied Medical Supply Network help. Call Allied Medical to speak to an expert agent that will determine which supplies you need and will set up a schedule for your fresh, brand-name supplies to be delivered right to your door, right when you need them. Shipping's absolutely free, and you may qualify to receive supplies at little or no cost to you. That's right, there's no driving around town or remembering when to order. Call Allied Medical Supply Network today and rest easy.
Call 800-601-0658. That's 800-601-0658. Temperatures on the Suncoast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Artists and crafters from around the country are on the Suncoast for the Downtown Venice Craft Festival. The popular event showcases original arts and crafts. Many of the pieces are functional for everyday use.
There's usually a lot of different, unusual crafts that I haven't seen before, and it's a good time to begin shopping for Christmas.
Venice will host another art festival downtown during the first weekend in November. And you could say it was a very special delivery for Zoo Atlanta. Panda mom Lun Lun gave birth to twin cubs on Saturday. The cubs arrived less than an hour apart. They are the first giant pandas born in the United States this year, and the second set of twins for the 19-year-old Lun Lun. Giant panda cubs are born blind and almost hairless and a little larger than a cell phone. The zoo says its focus now is making sure they have the best opportunity for success. It's a great weekend for pandas worldwide. The species is no longer considered endangered. The San Diego Zoo reports conservation leaders downlisted the giant panda. It is now categorized as vulnerable, which means threats to pandas remain high, but indicators show the species is in less danger for extinction than ever before.
Oh, that is fabulous news.
Isn't it?
You know I love pandas. Oh my gosh, I love pandas. They're so adorable.
Come on.
I know.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329, or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Get ready for a Labor Day look back. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. It is the unofficial end to summer, so we're celebrating some of our summer fun. Siesta Key Rum surprised us with some new varieties made right here on the Suncoast. Remember Kelly from 90210? Well, we talked to Jenny Garth about her life now. Our gadget guru has great grilling items, and no Labor Day is complete without burgers. We have Brew Burgers.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.